you up that high, does it?
Sorry, it's like if you've been watching this, you're gonna get motion sick. Hi, listeners. How are you? I'm in the car, obviously. There's Bruce. That's Bruce. Hello, hello. Hi, Read by Benjamin. Benjamin, how are you? Good to see you. Read by Ben. Thanks for popping in, kid. That's my Bruce back there. Trying to do first. Uh-oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to pause.
I need the key to give him.
You need the key? Go ahead. Sorry, I'm sitting in the car and it's hot, so I had the air conditioning running, and so he has to use the key. So, hi, Shannon. There you are. Look who's here. You know him.
Hey.
How's it going? The puppers, yeah. This is Roxy. This is my girl. She's about 11, and that's Tiny Twofers, or Bruce. That's Bruce right there. Hey. We were just getting everything out of the house, and now there's some paperwork to be signed, so I'm hanging out in the car with the kids, my fur kids. Look at them. Aren't they funny? Just take the whole thing, babe. It's all good.
You got a key, right?
I do. I'll turn it on. Yes, I will get it. Right here. He's worried I'm going to die of heat in here because it's so hot. I got keys. I'll turn the AC on. We're in Florida, and yes, there is a hurricane. And no, it's not really affecting us that badly. All is well, Lori. Good to see you. Yeah, the hurricane is, I mean, it's windy. It's, you know, rainy. I mean, you guys can look outside. It doesn't look pretty, but it's not that bad where I am. I'm on the wrong coast. Hey, Lululemon, how are you? Okay, guys, sorry, excuse me while I'm going to turn the car on and get the air on because it's hot. So I'm really in the car. No joke. There we go. A little heat, a little cool there. Yeah. Better. So sorry, guys, I've been gone. So what's been going on is we've been cleaning out this house here in Florida and getting ready to move again. On the move, as always. You know me. Here, I'm going to try to prop this up so I'm not moving around so much. You guys sound like I don't make you guys boat sick here. Sorry, I'm trying to prop this up somehow. I don't have my stick with me. See if this seems to... There we go. Here I am. Hi. Sorry about that. You've been packing me too. That's all we did was yard sale, packing, you name it, all week. I'm over it. It was so hot, you guys. Like 96 degrees, 99% humidity with this hurricane. Just felt gross all week, grungy, you know. So we were going to head home or go back up towards Kentucky, but of course, with this storm, and it's literally heading that entire route we would be going. So we just booked a room for the whole week, and we're just going to hang out here. We put our crap in storage for now. I know. But you would be proud of me, you guys. I got rid of so much stuff. We fit it in a storage that was the size of a closet. That's everything I have. Pretty good. I purged and I purged and I purged. I gave away so much stuff. Felt good. I was kind of freaked out about it in the beginning, but now I'm like, feels good. I'm not carrying around a bunch of crap with me anymore. And you guys are shit. I was carrying around with me from place to place for the last 30, 40 years. I'm over it. I am done. I also got my hair done. It is very blonde. It's a mess right now, but it is really blonde, front and back. You can see we started weaving blonde in, getting away from the red. Now, if you've never seen me before, my name is Miss Molly. I am an intuitive psychic medium. Some of the things I normally would do in my lives is, yeah, exactly, Shannon, is talk about, you know, law of attraction, cryptids, aliens, paranormal stories, experiences I've had. I am also a medium, so sometimes I speak to deceased loved ones. I also do remote viewing / psychic work where I help people find lost items. That seems to be the most popular thing lately. And in that story, I will tell you guys that I have a lot of people asking me for private searching for things. I don't do that. I only do it on my lives because I feel like I don't know how to charge for something like that. And if I'm going to do it on my own personal time, I want to charge. So I keep them right now onto my lives. Now, if you guys have any suggestions about how I could charge for something like that, you know, cool. But in the meantime, what do we know about aliens? What do we not know? Which is mostly nothing, okay? Because we've been lied to forever, Tyson. Good question, though. First of all, we are probably from them somehow. First off, let's start there. Secondly, yes, they're very aware of us, whoever they are, whatever form they take, and they live among us. Yes, they do, and yes, they've been here, and no, they're not trying to hurt us. Now, are there ones that might want to hurt us? Maybe, but the likelihood is if they were trying to hurt us, they would have already done it by now. That's always my rundown. That's what I say. I go, we don't really know much about them, but they're just another species just like us, you know, just like there's cats and there's dogs and there's ponies and there's birds and there's humans and there's aliens and there's That's how I look at it. And spirits. And sometimes I think spirits and aliens are not that far apart as far as what they are energetically. 111 people. Yeah, I love it. So that's my rapidoo about aliens, you know. All right, let me see if I can adjust this in a better. There we go. That's a better angle. I can really see. All right. You feel like you're left behind like Australia. Aw. No, we're not left behind. Believe me, there's more coming. Matter of fact, if that really interests you, I was interviewed by Leslie Fear recently, and she had me do a 6-month prediction show for her. I did it back in May, and disclosure was one of the things I talked about. So I gave a lot of predictions. I don't even remember half of them, to be honest with you. But so far, some of them have definitely happened. So please go listen to that. Podcast is called Because I Want to Know. It is in my link tree on here if you want to hear it with Leslie Fear, F-E-A-R, like I'm scared. And if you've never heard her, you guys will love her podcast. She interviews a lot of intuitives, near-death experiencers, paranormal people, even sometimes serial killer, people, whatever, on her show. She'll probably pop in here. She always does. So just thought I'd mention her. What else coming up? So you guys haven't seen me for a while. I will be getting back on lives very soon. It's just I've been out of town and too much going on. That's how it goes sometimes. But if you have any questions today while I'm waiting for this closure of this house sale, I'm happy to help you. Questions you just want to ask about just general things. I don't answer yes, no questions. I do not have my cards with me right now. I miss you too, Dawn. So it's going to be more like just, open question session. Also, if you want to hear stories about something specific, like, paranormal stories, alien stories, personal stories, whatever, I can do that. I can help you find lost items if that's something you'd like to work on as well. But I can only do one person at a time. So it's up to y'all. Of course, my subscribers get more than my non-subscribers, but this is more attention. So anyway, or tell me about yourself. You have any interesting stories yourself you want to share? Since I've been back here visiting, paranormal wise, not any paranormal stuff per se has happened to me, but a lot of synchronicities, like crazy synchronicities. So those have been happening. Michigan, 43 single. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that. Dawn, should I have leg procedure tomorrow? I don't know, Dawn. It sounds like you should. If you had a procedure scheduled, then you probably should do it, right? I'm cutting veggies I grew so I can freeze them. Oh, have fun, Darla. I love it. We do that. I love fresh veggie. I love fresh vegetables. Matter of fact, I got some beef here in the car that I need to give my doggies, but they can wait. Hi, home with COVID. No! God, Kayla's so sorry, darling. Kayla's one of my favorite clients. Sorry, dear. My mom has it right now. And she's like almost 80, but she seems to be doing okay. So it's just, you guys, let's be honest, it's gonna be part of life now. It's part of our life. It always has been. It's just, this particular thing has gotten out of control. Wonder if I will be single forever. Why would you even wonder that? How old are you? Oh no, Jackie. Hey, Jen. Key to my heart, let me ask you a question. How old are you? Should you trust your son? Is he doing your surgery, Dawn? 43. Okay, so you're probably going to be alive on this planet at least another 30, 40 years. And I can see your picture and you look adorable. Not that that has anything to do with it, but it can. So you've been single for 13 years. Yeah. Because you keep saying I'm single. How about I'm ready for my mate? Not I'm single. Because you're identifying as a single person over and over again. See what I'm saying? You're asking to be single. You keep saying I'm a single. I'm a single. I'm alone. I'm a single. Instead of I'm waiting for my match. My match is going to show up any day now. There's somebody out there for me. Makes a difference. Have you set yourself up for a new mate? Is my other question. Just be Dawn says, my daughter ignores me often. Should I distance myself? It's causing much stress. Just what you do is you give her the exact same amount of energy as she gives you. Exactly. If she only calls you once a week, you only call her once a week. If she only calls you once a year, you only call her once a year. If she only calls you on your birthday, you only call her on her birthday. And if she ever says to you, oh, you've been ignoring me and blowing me off, you say, I'm doing exactly what you do. So are you ignoring me and blowing me off too? I did that with my dad recently. Worked really well. Shut his mouth. Okay. Just want to say. So anyways, what I want you to do is this. If you're preparing to meet somebody, there's Leslie. I just talked about you a minute ago. I was telling everybody about your podcast. Have you left room in your closet for your mate? Have you picked out your first date outfit? Have you thought about what kind of person you want? What's he look like? What's he act like? What kind of qualities does he have? Yeah. Have you left room in your garage for I don't know if it's a man or woman what you're looking for necessarily, but whatever. Have you left room in your garage for another car? Have you thought about like how you're gonna, visualize the conversation on the phone with your friend, telling her about your new guy, or new woman or whatever? See what I'm saying? You got to start acting as if it's already happening, and then the universe goes, "Oh, I see what she's doing. Okay, let's line this up so it makes sense." If your lineup is constantly saying, "I'm single, I'm single, I'm single, I'm So Leslie just recently interviewed Michelle the Medium. I was listening to it yesterday, I think. Really great. Michelle was talking about all her paranormal experiences and adventures. Very, very good show. Please follow her. She's amazing, guys. Back to the stories. So I didn't have anything paranormal happen this week, but mostly just a lot of really interesting synchronicities, like things just lining up exactly, or things like I'll say something and then 5 seconds later, there it is. Like we were talking about the tires on the car, and we were saying like, oh, these tires are great. They never go flat. And Fred goes something like, well, you never want to be on the side of the road with a van, the flat tire or something. And then somebody was coming to meet us for something, and they called us and they go, I'm sorry, we just had a flat, like within minutes of us talking about that. Another weird thing was a very good friend of mine I've known for 30 years. We were on the phone talking the other day, and then we hung up, and then we were texting back and forth through Facebook and about an upcoming funeral for my ex. And he gave me all this philosophy about life and death and whatever, and we were telling each other how much we love each other and so far, and he died the next 2 days later. And I was standing in the kitchen talking to Fred, hi, and I said, oh my God, my heart hurts. Oh my God, my heart hurts. And he goes, what? And I go, I don't know. Do I need to go to the hospital? Like, I thought I was having a heart attack, you guys. I'm not kidding. And I said, it feels like someone's ripping my heart open. And Fred goes like, well, what do you want to do? And I go, I don't know. I go, I don't think it's me. And so I sat there for a second breathing, and then it went away. So I thought, okay, so I just told him, I go, I just want you to document that I told you that my heart hurts. Well, my friend had told me he was going into the hospital. He's had some heart problems over the years, but he was going into the hospital to have a routine kidney stone treatment. And he said, I hate doing it, but I'm going to go in and get it done. I'll be fine, and I'll be in pain or whatever. Thank you, guys. And that's kind of what he said. Like, should feel like, I'll be all right, blah blah blah. And then he gave me this long message about what he felt about life and death. And then the next day I had that pain in my heart, and the next day I found out he died during the surgery. And I'm sad because I loved him and he wasn't very old, but I'm so blessed and grateful and thankful that I got to talk to him the other day. It was just a few days ago, and we had a lovely discussion. And so I have I'm sad for his husband. I'm sad for his family. I'm sad for the people that love him, but I'm totally okay with it. We had an amazing conversation. And one of the things he said, I've done everything I wanted to do. I love my life. I've had a good life. So can't get more than that, you guys. And I said, I'll see you on the other side, bro. And he signaled me. He did signal me. I want to tell you guys, he did signal me. So the next morning I was outside and I was getting ready for this garage sale and whatever, and I was cleaning up, and I was standing there, and I got a little emotional for a minute, and I go, hey, Scotty, I go, if you're around, show me. I will show you guys the picture. I will post it. A dragonfly, I swear the size of my hand, came over, landed right in front of me, let me come right up to it. I was like an inch away from it. I could see into its eyes. You guys will see the picture. I was right next to it, like there. Wasn't him, obviously, but he influenced that, because it was right after I said, Scotty, are you here? And that friggin' thing shows up. So, guys, there is a life after all of this. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'm not just saying that to be, like it's lollipops and sunshine. I have my doubts too sometimes, you guys, but it's there. I missed you too, Maldy. I missed you. Hey, Hannah. So Hannah Reese, you guys, she's adorable. I just want to mention her as well. She crochets and does a lot of crafty stuff. She's so adorable. But she makes these crocheted witch hats that are to die for. And then she recently sent me these 2 adorable little zip sacks, which I'm going to show you guys. I've been on the go, so I haven't been able to do a thank you yet as I should, but I will, Hannah. So check her out, you guys. If you love creative stuff, she does the cutest shit. So pardon my language, but check out Hannah. I use the S word. Sometimes I do that. Get a sip of water. So as you can see, my puppy, see Bruce back there? He's all Bruce, Bruce. My mama's death date is coming up. I always struggle this time of year, says Maldy. Oh, honey, I understand. But you know what? The best thing you do is celebrate her life by doing something she loved. Go to a restaurant she liked, have a meal she liked, go do something she loved to do, sing a song, play a song she liked. That's the way to bring up the energy and not feel sad. Okay? Just Be Dawn says, I'm seeing dark shadows and lots of pressure in my head. Do you think it's a tumor or brain cancer? Oh my God, Dawn, what are you doing? Dear, why would you jump to that? Honey, I don't automatically scare yourself like that. First of all, yes, the first thing you want to always do if you're really worried is go see a doctor and make sure everything's okay, first off, if that's a worry. Like if there's some reason you think that's really a big deal. I wouldn't say pressure in your head means, but I don't know, I'm not a doctor and I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I would say if you really feel in your gut there's something medical going, first get that checked out, first. But as far as seeing dark shadows aren't always a bad thing. Let me just start with that. I know that's the common belief. Yes, I'm traveling. I know that's the common belief is that if you see something dark, it's bad. Guys, look at my dog, Bruce. Look up. If you didn't know what a dog looked like and you saw this thing walking towards you with fangs sticking out like he does on the bottom, you would be scared, right? So we've been programmed to believe that dark things are bad. Not to say they aren't. There are bad dark things. There's no doubt. But a lot of that is bullcrap. It's just a lower resonance of energy. It doesn't always mean bad. So I'm just saying to you, don't freak out about it. You're always the captain of your own spiritual ship. So no matter what shows up in your energy, you can get rid of it. You cannot have a negative and a positive in the same space. So if you ever see something really scary and you want to think about raise your energy up, that will repel. Instead of protecting, raise your energy up so you repel. All right, so sing a song you love. Think of a funny joke. Think of something that makes you smile. Think of something happy like a sunrise. I don't care. If you've got sleep paralysis and you see something show up in your room and you're like, or you feel an energy or whatever, I know it's hard to do when you're scared, but think about something that makes you smile. Like Hannah would think about crocheting. Something makes you good, happy. It's not gonna be interested in you if you don't have the same resonant energy, you know what I mean? So if you're in a shitty mood, yeah, and you see a dark thing and it's in a crappy mood, guess what? Boo-boo, here we go. We're gonna jump on that. You know how people bitch like, oh no, the housing market sucks. Oh yeah, the housing market sucks. I tried to sell a house. My friend tried to sell a house. My grandma's friends, best friends, cousins, twice removed during the equinox tried to sell a house. And here we go. That's what happens with spirit, you guys. You're down here and you got a low resonance spirit and they go, oh, that person's in a crappy mood. Cool, I'm going over there. Yeah. Right? That's how it works. They see the party. They're like, that party looks like a party I should be invited to. I'm going over there. Not to say they can't be persistent, yes. Not to say that, often there's stubborn spirits or energies that cause a lot of trouble, yeah. Just like there's stubborn people. Don't tell me that any of you that ever worked in retail didn't have a customer that came in constantly that drove you crazy. It was a jerk that made everybody miserable, that seemed to hate the place, and you couldn't figure out why they kept coming in there. Well, guess what? Every time that customer left that store, you guys all chatted about what a shitty customer that was, and what an asshole he was, or whatever. Guess what? You invited him back because you guys gave him so much energy. Lori says, I told my son to count baby rabbits and kittens when he wakes up from a bad dream or scared to go to sleep. Yeah. You know what I did, Lori, is with my stepson when I was a stepmom, I made scary spray. I've done a video about this. I made some scary or monster spray, I think it was. And I just got a spray bottle. I put some water with some drops of peppermint or vanilla or something in it, whatever smell. And then I put sparkles in it. And I put a nice little label. It said monster spray. And I told him, if you wake up and you're scared or before you go to bed, spray around your bed with your monster spray, whatever. And that smell automatically calmed him. And you can start that very young. You can start spraying that in their nursery, like little peppermint spray or something when they're babies. And then as they get older and they start having bad dreams, you say, oh, okay, don't worry. I always sprayed this peppermint spray around you. And they're going to smell that. And they're going to instantly program themselves to calm the fuck down. I also have a psychology degree, if you hadn't noticed. And honestly, perfect, Lori, that's cute. Enchanted shark protects them. And honestly, even so, it also makes them feel in charge. They're not going to wake you up in the middle of the night anymore. They're going to feel, it's going to work. And if there are spirits still visiting them, if they say, oh, I see, and Pam Sears, medium Pam Sears, S-E-A-R-S, like the retail, she wrote a great children's book about seeing spirits for kids that see spirits. Because the kids were going, I don't want to go to bed, I keep seeing spirits. It's really cute. So she's on Amazon with that book. I think it's called No Nana or something, like they don't want to go to bed or something. I don't know. Check it out. So, what else can we talk about? So weird that they did this disclosure thing in Congress and then just everybody disappeared. Poop. That was the end of it. What? Space Force? This? Come on. More disclosures coming our way. Kayla says, my son sees them. He's 11. He's getting better with handling, but sometimes it's hard. Yeah, it's still hard for me, you guys. There's some days I don't want to be around it either. And, you know, sometimes I can turn off. Sometimes I cannot. Most of the time I can. But sometimes it's like, it's kind of like, you know, if someone's trying to call you and you don't pick up the phone and they keep calling you over and over again and you're ignoring it, but you're getting like pissed and like, and at some point you finally just pick up what, you know, sometimes I do that. He had a wormhole show up in his room. It's possible. I'm not going to ever say someone's full of it. But what I would say is if that's the case, he needs to show you where it is. And I would say, just basically make it very clear that you aren't allowing that hole to be open. That sounds gross, but you know, like go in the room and say like spirits, ancestors, and guides, sage, spirits, ancestors, guides, and energies. I need you to close this hole. I don't need the energy in this room. This is not the appropriate place for it. You need to move this. Not here. And he can do that too. He can clearly say, that is not, I have not invited you here. I've not invited that opening. Dawn says, why does my cat go from chill happy to turn around and jump up and bite me? How do I stop it, please? Because it's a cat. See, I don't really like cats. Cats do see spirits. I can't say that's why. I don't know your cat. But I would say probably the best reaction in general, and this has zero to do with me being psychic, when your cat's doing that and they act that way, just disengage completely. Disengage completely or spray them with water until they figure out that's not okay. I don't know. Yeah, cool. Right on. Right on, everybody. She says we will have that conversation. Yes, yes, yes. So, oh, thank you, Christopher. He says, God bless you in Jesus' name. Did Jesus tell you to come bless me, or you just decided that Jesus said that for me? I'm just curious. Did Jesus tell you to tell me that? Because I don't know. Oh, that Jesus. I do know him. Yeah, tell him I said hi back. Thanks. You do, but it still happens. Yeah. I've always found when dogs are misbehaving, and I'm not really a cat person, but when dogs misbehave, if you spray them with water, they won't do it again. Every time they act like that, you spray them with water, they'll stop. They hate that. Unless they're dog. Oh, it's there. No, now. Yeah. Where am I traveling to? Who knows, Dawn? You know me. So I'm in Florida right now. A lot of my stuff's in Kentucky. We're looking at buying a boat. And if we buy the boat, I don't know where we'll end up. Or where are we going to find the boat? I don't know. So we could end up going on a road trip and looking for the boat. It's hard to say. But I'll keep calm and keep a bold vision. Have a bold vision, as my shirt says. And you guys, I purged the point where I got rid of a lot of my t-shirts. You guys know I have an epic t-shirt collection. I got rid of probably 40 t-shirts at least. Yeah. You're in Palm Bay, Hannah. I think I'm on the opposite coast, I want to say. I'm near Flagler. Are you having anything in Florida? I'm in Florida and would like to meet me. Oh, Rhonda, that's so sweet. Rhonda, it's very possible I will be eventually. We're still figuring out where we're going to be, but if I am, I'll let you know. If I am, I would probably be doing anywhere. If I were to do business anywhere, it would be with Vedic moons. VEDIC moons, like the sky moons. I've worked there before as a reader, and they have a beautiful metaphysical store. It's huge. They have classes. I love that place. And I just went by there and gave her a bunch of books, and she said, anytime I want to come in there and read. So if I'm docked out here, yes. Oh, Flagler's north of you, okay. Oh, golly, all these people from Florida. Malabar, Grant, Valkyria. Interesting, Jen. Hurricane alerts, Wanda, they're not. It's not even raining right now, you guys, here. It's windy, not terrible right at the moment. It's windy. It's hot. Yeah, I actually have moved semi to Kentucky. It's a long story. You're in Jensen Beach, about 3 minutes. God, you guys are all here. You know, maybe we will do a meet and greet one night, and I'll do readings. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe we'll set something up. Once I get settled, maybe I'll set up a Florida meet and greet. That'd be fun. Maybe Michelle the Medium will join me. Jen Powell's also a medium. y'all. Jen even teaches, I believe. Yes. Yeah. So that's a great idea. I love it. So what we'll do is once I settle where I'm going to be, assuming if it's here, maybe Michelle and I will set up a meet and greet. We've talked about doing a open mediumship, like a floor mediumship, where basically, you know, we have an audience and we just talk to the audience. We probably are going to do that. And we're definitely going to do some paranormal investigations as well. So Michelle's been doing a lot of them lately. I'm very jelly. Flow Rider. Yeah, I've only been living down here for about less than a year. Just Be Dawn says, do pets visit once they pass? Yes. Not always. Just like people, not always. Usually though. You'll hear them walking down the hallway, or you'll feel them get on the bed, or sometimes you'll see them out of the corner of your eye or whatever. Yeah. You do. They're spirits. Same as you. They still miss you. They still want to say hi. Still see how you're doing. Yeah. So what else? You were born in West Melbourne. God, why are all these Florida people? I grew up in California and I'm still having a hard time. I keep wanting to say West Coast instead of East Coast. It's so weird to me. You're just blowing by, Stacey. Yeah. Blowing on by. I look tired. Ooh, I thought I just saw an orb. Did you guys just see that go in front of me? I just saw a white orb go right in front of me. I swear to you. Did you guys see that? I'm in a car. Could there be an orb in my car? Can't wait to go back and look. You saw it? I did too. It's not a fly. There's no flies in here. Nope. Hi from Philly. You guys are being so good. My dogs are being so good. You saw it too. Okay, so see, you can have orbs anywhere. Doesn't have to be in your house. They show up sometimes. Very cool. I haven't been on in a while either. Yeah, it flew right in front of me. I saw it go like that. There's nothing in here. Nothing in here. No reflections. Oh, by the way, Shannon, if you're still on here, look what I'm wearing. Shannon made me this. Isn't that cute? And that's not reflecting, by the way. Thank you. It says Free Spirit Gypsy Soul Molly. It's backwards right now, but it's made from a spoon. How cute is that? I mean, really? Love. Do I have a tradition for full moon? You know, Lori, I'm not woo-woo enough. You know what my tradition is? You're going to laugh at me. I stand outside and I go, oh, Mr. Moon, moon, bright and shiny moon, won't you please shine down on me? I just sing that. It's an old corny song if you know it. I get my little ukulele out and I sing a Mr. Moon. That's it. So I got my hair really blonde this time, you guys, like the whole front. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a mess because I had on. Because I'm growing the red out, you guys. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm going back to semi-natural, so I'm a blondie. Yep. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, I know you're supposed to put your crystals out and make moon water and all. You know, when I got into this like a few years ago, you guys, I really didn't know all this terminology that a lot of the intuitives use. You know, I didn't know what a dark shadow work was, and you know, twin flames, and you know, spirit guides. Like, I didn't have words for all those things. I just knew what I was experiencing, and I picked it up as I've gone. And you guys have taught me too. You made me want to never use. I always forget. I don't even. I always think I'm going to do it, and I don't. And you'd think for what I do, it would be more important. But really, honestly, you guys, this is the thing. I mentor people too, and one of the things I do in mentorship is I say, there's no right way. This is about growth. This is a journey. Hi, Missy Chrissy. This is not about the world according to Molly, okay? And it's not the world according to Lori, and it's not the world according to, you know, whatever his name is, John Edwards or James Bond Prague, okay? We are guides also. Our job is to show you what you need to know so that you can go on your journey. Just like when I do readings on or why I don't do yes or no, it's not my job to tell you the answer. It's my job to give you the information so you can make your own choices, your own answers. And so that's what I try to tell you guys, is just don't, when I do mentorship, I don't say you have to buy 6 sessions, and nothing wrong with that. It's just not the way I work. I don't say you got to buy 6 sessions or I don't want to work with you. That's not how it works. I ask you, what can I do for you? And if I can't do anything for you, I'm not going to even say, yes, I'll mentor you. I'll say, I don't know how to do that, or that's not something I'm comfortable showing you. So for example, past life regression, I haven't done a ton of it. I know I can do it. But when people say, I want to learn that, that's not something I necessarily teach because I don't feel like I'm an expert in it. Okay? So that's kind of how it works. Anyway. So yeah, so I had an empath thing that told me that my friend passed. Last time that happened to me was when my boyfriend passed. guys, it's like I'm getting that a lot now. And, you know, I've had a lot of you guys say to me, I hate it. I get premonitions and then I'm upset because I know someone's going to die and then I can't do anything, you know. Bye, Hannah. But I don't look at it this way. The way I look at it is, if I'm getting a premonition about something, I need to be warned for whatever reason. Maybe for me, the shock of not knowing a little bit ahead of time something might happen might be too much for me. I don't know. But I really didn't know who it was related to. Obviously someone close to me, but I didn't know until it happened. So maybe I'll get better at identifying, but there really isn't a lot I can do. Like, what am I going to do? Call my friend and go, hey, I had a premonition you died during surgery? I mean, what's he going to do? Go, oh, I'm canceling today? I mean, some people might, but funny part is my friend that passed, he was also very intuitive. So I'm wondering if he kind of knew something was coming, maybe not consciously, because apparently he had spoken to quite a few people before he died that week. Like, a lot of people had talked to him. And even said, you know, Brian, who was my ex who passed recently, he said, Brian's been bothering me lately and teasing me about going to his memorial rally. And I was thinking, teasing you about going to the rally? So what I'm thinking is Scott and Brian are going to go to the rally together. They know each other. So they've known each other longer than I know Brian. So there you go. Could be interesting. Oh, that's weird. Somebody's name is on here backwards. How do you do that? Mysterious Marissa has her name backwards and upside down on her screen name. I've never seen. How do you do that? That's super cool. That is mysterious. Wow, a lot of people in here. So what is everybody doing for this weekend? Isn't it a holiday weekend? Is anybody doing anything fun? Anybody have any questions they want to ask me about paranormal stuff, cryptids, UFOs, law of attraction, paranormal stuff, ghosts? Talk about shows you've seen that you like. You're gonna be outside. Good Lori. Yeah, being outside. I get pretty much all my life. Nobody understands me. Oh, say, guess what? A lot of people understand. A lot more people understand you than you realize. You will find a lot more people understand you. Hey, man, it's not an easy life. Like, people are, oh, it must be so great to have your gifts. Hey, we all have them. Okay, it's not always great. Just like anything, there's a bright side and not a bright side. But truthfully, I am so grateful. I am so grateful, and I'm gonna try not to get choked up, that I get to help a lot of people. That's what I want, just to help people. Comes down to that. Effectively help people, maybe. Missy Cruz says, I've been flooded with mimic videos lately. What are mimic videos? About mimics? Like the spiritual mimics? Deja vu, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so mimics are when something comes along and you think it's somebody you know, like you hear a voice that sounds like somebody you know, or you see somebody that you think you know, and it's not them. That's creepy. Yeah, that's just because they're trying to get your attention. Again, they're trying to get your trust so they can talk to you. It doesn't mean they're always bad necessarily. But again, you can say, I know that you're not who you say you are. You need to back off. Show me who you are or don't show up. Don't come here pretending you're somebody else. Deja vu, let's talk about that. I love talking about that. Aw, thanks, Kayla. Aw, thanks, Lori. I love you too. All right, so let's talk about, what did I say I was going to talk about? Oh, about deja vus. That's one of the things that when I figured out what I think they are, it changed a lot in my viewpoint of how the spiritual dimensional world works. Okay, I know there's like supposedly like, I don't know, like 14 dimensions or so. I don't, again, no expert here. But I will say that deja vus to me, and I get them a lot, it is recognizing a different iteration or version of your spirit. So you have multiple iterations. There's not just one Lori, for example. There's Loris in different dimensional worlds, in different times, because time is not linear to spirit or to energy. All right, time is linear to humans. We use that to measure. Okay, but as a spirit, you can go back in time, forward in time, backwards, sideways, left, right, all those things. Okay, you can do that. So deja vus to me is you recognizing a different version of yourself. So for example, I'm sitting here in the car and I have a couple choices. I could turn the car off and get too hot and my dogs get hot and we all are in here roasting, or I can leave the air conditioning on or turn the air conditioning up, make it cooler, right? So I'm deciding I'm just gonna leave it exactly how it is. But there's a Molly who probably did turn the air off somewhere in the universe. And there's a Molly who may have turned the air up somewhere in the universe. And there may be a Molly who's not sitting in a van, she's sitting in a Porsche with one dog. Okay? See what I'm saying? Because as many ideas as you can think up are as many realities as there are in the universe. So when we have a deja vu, we're recognizing ourselves. Don't you ever have them and you think, I just thought of that like 3 years ago? Like you'll almost know how long ago you saw that thing. You'll go, when I was 5, I thought of that, right? How do we do that? There is we know more than we think is probably the best way of saying it. We know more than we think. Our higher self knows more. But as a human, our brain can only handle so much. We only learn to use our brains a certain way. But what I feel like is when you get a lot of deja vus, you are so plugged in, you don't even realize. It's like you literally walked into the Akashic record library and you are just pulling books left and right. You don't even know you're doing it. All in your own section. The Molly Kasdan Akashic record section. And I'm pulling a book. Oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. You know, because you're not just who you are right here on earth, remember? You've had other lives. You have lives you haven't had yet, and you have lives in the past, and you have lives that are happening at the same time. You wouldn't even know who you are sometimes. Yes, Texas, exactly. So I hope that made sense to you. There's no other way to explain it. Now, science tries to say like, it's like, oh, it's just a familiar thing you've seen before and you've connected it. Kind of like how people see faces and things that aren't there and whatever, you know, like you've made it sort of fit so you feel like you've seen it before. I don't believe that. I just saw another orb. Did you see that? I saw it just go like that. I saw it. Did you guys see that? It went right up. Yes. Orbs in the van. How cool is that? And it's daylight, you guys. I saw it. Thank you, spirits. And the dogs are not even moving. They are totally still. They are not, there's nothing reflecting or shining. And it was round. I saw it. Hey. Kayla says, I have dreams that sometimes come true and sometimes a year later just don't know. Yeah. I think something we did in another life. That's why it feels familiar. Phil, yeah, very possibly. Yeah. Yep, that's what I feel like. Control it, yeah. Control the orb? I wish I could. Ah, hi Gemini Witch. She's so cute. I love her. Anyway, so what else is going on? So yeah, I'm gonna be hanging around in the Florida area for a while. Didn't have to guess where I am. And I do plan to get on more lives. Fred's been on my butt about it, saying like, you haven't been on lives. I'm like, I know, but we've been cleaning, hot, tired, you know, just on the go. So we'll settle down this week, so I'll see you guys more. But as I said, I'm waiting for him, so I figured, why not get on that? I did not expect orbs in here, so that's just an added bonus. I'm so stoked about that whole thing. I think they might be done. Might be done. So I'm just sitting in the van. I don't really want to talk to these folks. Hopefully they don't chit-chat with me. I know I'm being weird, but I don't really feel like talking to the owners, so hopefully you don't see me and don't know who I am. He's standing for my windshield. I got my hat down. I'm looking at you guys. I'm not being all subtle. You know, like, I'm being so subtle. Look at me. Because they're in the car next to me, they're right. So, a few random people tell me they see a huge male spirit around me. Are we assigned protectors? Kind of. I wouldn't say assigned. The way I see it is we all have guides. I call them guides. We have guides. And guides can be anybody. They can be people you knew from some other lifetime. They could be relatives you never met. They could be actually assigned to you, like they have a specific purpose. So some of us have joy guides. They usually come in the form of children. They're meant to keep us playful and having fun and to relax when we're uptight. Some people do have protector guides. I have one that usually goes in the car with me, so that might have been him, I don't know. You know, everybody has guides. Some have, I probably have thousands of them, not kidding. Depending on how old your soul is and what you've been through. But a male spirit around you, not surprised on, probably looking out for you. Yeah. How long does a spirit usually talk to me? You mean like when I do mediumship? It's usually about, so like anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. I mean, they'll go on and on if they want to. It doesn't happen often. Usually after, you know, about 10 to 15, 20 minutes or so, they're kind of done. It's very hard for them to communicate. It takes a ton of energy, and they often will get tired and they won't want to continue, or they only say what they think they need to say and they leave, you know. But you guys have seen me on lives where I've been on here half an hour talking to a spirit, and there's other times it's been like 5 minutes or even a minute. Sometimes they just jump in and say one thing and they leave. And sometimes it's for me. I think I'm reading for you and they come in for me. I never know. Whenever Michelle and I do duo lives, she always picks something for me, and I always pick up something for her. Not on purpose, it just happens. We're very connected. Michelle will generally, like I said her name, she'll probably show up. Happens all the time. Okay, the people left. I think that was them. Okay, I'm on the free. I don't have to hide anymore. So, anyway, I know it sounds weird, but I just didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them asking questions about the house. It's not even my house, so I don't even want to, you know. Bruce moved to the front seat. You guys want to see him? Look how cute he is. Check out Bruce. Hi, Bruce. What are you doing, Bruce? Are you supposed to be over there? Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Hi, Courtney. Isn't Bruce the cutest ever? He's not supposed to be on the seat, but whatever. I'm leaving him. Philly asks me, hey, Courtney, love you. How old were you when you knew you had a gift? Okay, so again, I'm going to say it's not a gift that only I have. You have it too. Some of us more developed than others. Yeah. Yeah, has one blue eye and one brown eye, just like I normally do. Yeah, you can see him again. There he is. This is Bruce. Hi, Bruce. And this is Roxy. Roxy. Hey, Rox. Hi, Rox. With your baby. Here she comes. She loves to be on camera, don't you, Rox? Oh, go girl. So that's Roxy. Anyway, I know, aren't they the cutest? You asked me about, I'm sorry, I forgot what we're talking about. Oh, how old I knew. Okay, so I had a near-death experience when I was 3. I drowned in my grandma's pool, and when that happened, shortly after, and I did have a near-death experience, I started seeing spirits and hearing them and dreaming and you name it, everything. And, you know, it was like, oh, how adorable, Molly's Molly has an imaginary friend. You know, that's usually what people think. And then after a while, what's wrong with Molly? You know, does Molly have a brain tumor? Is something wrong with Molly? Is she psychologically having issues? Is she crazy? You know, and I went through a lot. It was hard, and I always felt like an outcast. Here's the funny part, though. In the last few years since I've been doing this, some of my friends have seen a lot of my old friends from like elementary school and when I was younger have seen this. They're tripped out. They're like, they private messaged me and said things like, I remember you were like this when we were kids. I don't remember ever sharing it with anybody. I really don't. And they said, I remember you feeling really weird and like uncomfortable talking about it, whatever. I don't remember. I really don't. How can I develop my abilities? This is finding favor. And Brandon says, do you believe in prophecy? Brandon, I believe everything and nothing. I think anything is possible, and until I see it, I'm not going to say it's not real. You know, until I have my own experience, I can't really say, because to me, everything's real. Everything is real. Even pretend is real. Because the only way anything could be thought up or invented is through something that comes through your brain into your mind to tell you to do it. Your brain does not generate things on its own. It has to have an energy that gives it information. Developing your abilities. I have a video called Developing Your Abilities. It's in my link tree on here. Excellent. I would definitely recommend it. It talks about all sorts of ways you can help yourself get better at what you do. I also mentor. There's a lot of other people who mentor. It doesn't have to be me. Find a mentor is really helpful. If you feel somebody you vibe with, that's who you want to talk to. And I would definitely have them give you a reading first before you decide. All right. My sister says spiritual stuff always happens when I'm around. Could I have an attachment? No, Kayla. I mean, yes, but no. Did you see a light when you die? Yes, I do have a story. I'll tell you. But let's first, yeah, there's spirits around me right now. You saw the orbs. I just, you know, kind of tune them out. So Kayla, about you. I'm going to say that you're like me. You are a spiritual beacon, sort of like a lighthouse. You have a lot of intuitive ability. Spirits recognize that, so they come around you a lot. And it does kind of open the veil a little bit. So people around me, same thing. They always say, wow, shit always happens when I'm around you, Molly. It's because I'm open to it. I'm okay with it. Say Texas says, we are a soul sister. I just found you today. Oh, cool. Yay. I love it. I lived in Texas before. I lived in Mansfield near Arlington. Yeah. Okay. So you want to hear my near-death experience? I'll try to keep it really short. I do have it on my YouTube if you ever want to see it. We've talked about it before on lives. I was 3. I got in my grandma's pool without asking or without a life jacket on or whatever. You know, I was just learning to swim. Started to drown. Went down in the water. And they had an indoor pool in their house, an indoor pool. And I remember sinking. And then as I was sinking, I thought, this isn't supposed to happen. You know, like, I don't know. And so weirdly, this other thing happened though. Again, another thing, I was 3. I didn't really know what was happening. This weird bubble formed around me. And I was in a dry bubble for like, I don't know, like a split enough second that I thought to myself, I heard somebody go breathe, and I went like this and got a big lung full of air. Okay. And then I started to drown. But what's funny is last year I was working at Casadega and I was doing a reading for somebody. And as I was doing a reading, I kept seeing my drowning situation. So I finally said to her, I can't ignore this. Did you ever drown? She says, yes, I drowned in my grandmother's pool when I was 3. Makes my arm hair stand up every time I tell a story. This was when I was working last year. I said, are you joking? And I didn't tell her why I was like that. And she says, but this weird thing happened to me. I don't know if you're going to believe it. And I said, what? And she says, and I said, at the same time as her, I said, a bubble formed around you. And she said, at the same time, a bubble formed around me. I went, oh, me too. Okay. So I don't know that we're the only people this has ever happened to. I highly doubt it. So I took in this deep breath and then I started to drown. And I'm going to tell you guys with 100% honesty, I felt water go up my nose. I started to try to scream and I was choking underwater for literally like as long as I say, my name is Molly. It was that long that I noticed I was drowning. It was like that quick. Then I'm walking down a hallway. But here's the funny part. I'm walking down a hallway in the pool. So I'm going down in the deep end, which I would never normally go to the deep end. But I was in a hallway. So I'm still underwater, it felt like, but I was dry. I don't know how else to explain. I could look up and see the surface of the water, but it was dry. And I'm walking down this hallway that looks, very long with doors all along the sides. And I see this woman standing at the end of the hallway and she's got her arms out. Hi, Karma. And, something's telling me to go to her. So I walk towards this woman. She looked very familiar to me, but I didn't know who she was. So I walk over to her and she puts her arms around me. And you guys, the feeling I had was something you will never, ever be able to understand unless, I don't know, maybe use heroin. Because it was elation. It was the best feeling I read, and the freedom I felt, and happiness, and the kindness, and warmth, and safety, and you name it. Every positive emotion you possibly have, all at that one moment when she put her arms around me. And big bosomed woman, and she was talking to me through my mind. She wasn't using words through her mouth, but I could hear an accent in my mind. And she just basically said, no, Molly, it's time for you to go back. It's not your time yet, go back. And she kind of like, this kind of thing, shooed me back. Well, I was 3. I'm not going to sit there and argue. Okay. So I walk back down the hallway, and next thing I know, I'm looking down at myself being pulled out of the pool by my dad. I'm up in the ceiling looking down, and it was this very tall ceiling, by the way, looking down at myself being rescued. But at the same time, I remember being rescued. So I sort of split spirit. And then all of a sudden, slam, I'm back in my body. And then I felt like I jumped into dirty mud, from this beautiful light feeling to this heavy, you had a white light that told you everything was going to be okay. For drowning. Yep. And everybody's experience is not the same. Not everybody sees a light, you guys. And not everybody's happy when it happens. Some people have a really bad experience. There's a lady that Leslie Fear interviews. What's her name? Mary something. She has like 3 names. I just saw another orb. Did you guys see that? I just saw something go shh like that in front of me. I swear I did. Anyway, but what I was trying to say is Mary Helen Ainsworth. That's who it is. She had a scary experience, okay? It does happen, but here's what I think. It's what your expectation is, or if you have no expectation, you're probably gonna have a very positive experience. But if your expectation is, I'm gonna go to hell, I was a bad person, I'm scared of death, you're gonna have that experience until you live that experience out, and then Spirit comes and says, no, that's not really what it is. And you go, oh, now I learned another lesson. It's not what I thought. Texas says, I'm northeastern Texas, outside Dallas, and Wills Point, Texas. I drowned in my aunt's apartment. Yep. And you're still here to tell tales. So you didn't drown. You almost drowned. It's probably a better way of saying it. And you almost died. That's why it's called a near-death experience. From what I understand, from what spirits told me, is there's no such thing as you died and came back. Okay? Because maybe physically your body can die and come back, but your spirit, once it says, okay, yes, bring the hammer down, I'm done. I'm not going back to earth, you don't go back. It's over. Okay? So any of us that came back after we died, we never went all the way. We never went to heaven or wherever it is you guys think we go and came back. That didn't happen. We had the experience where the choice is, where the gateway is to make that choice. A lot of times we choose not to go. And sometimes we do. That's why we see people, they're in a coma for years and years and they unplug them and all of a sudden they wake up. They said, no, I'm not ready to leave. Some people hang on to life more than they do death, and some people hang on to death more than they do life. But here's my advice. Celebrate the person's life, not their death. Don't hang on to their death, hang on to their life. Okay, what was it about their life that made them so important to you? Don't talk about how they died. Don't talk about the death anymore. Talk about why they were important to you. That's how they live on. Right? I had to deal, my fiance just, Dana says, my fiance just passed 2 weeks ago. We have 2 young children. What signs can I look for he might send? Oh, Dana. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's, I can't imagine. All I can say is he will send you signs. Anything that seems out of the ordinary that catches your attention, probably him. Bottom line. Repeating numbers on the clock. Certain insects, little animals, whatever, coming up and staring at you, and you feeling like they're connecting with you in some way. Dimes, quarters, pennies you might find on the ground are usually a signal. You think you saw them. You think you heard them. You find something of theirs suddenly that you thought was gone out of the house. You hear a song that reminds you of them. All those things, anything like that, you say, thank you, I saw that. Because if it is indeed them reaching out to you, guess what? They'll do it more because they know you see them. And it makes it easier for them. Once you open up to it, it makes it easier for them to communicate with you. Okay. Sherry says, I had a head injury at 6. I agree. The feelings on your side are transformative. Yes, dear. Yes, they are. And really, it's a miraculous, exciting journey. It can be a lot sometimes, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm so grateful that this is the path I chose. And that's how you should feel. If you do this kind of work, you should do it because you just absolutely love it. And now that I'm in a better position financially, I don't always have to charge for what I do. That's why I do a lot of free stuff on here, because I can. And I like to. Why did I see purple and why do I slam into my body at night? Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, Texas, because I see purple. Exactly the color of that heart, that kind of purple, even brighter maybe. I said exactly, then I changed my mind. Actually, I do that too. When my eyes are closed in the morning, sometimes when I wake up, I will see purple, bright liquidy shapes going back and forth in front of my eyes, when my eyes are closed, when I'm having a lot of spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is purple. That's the purple in the chakra. I think it's the third eye chakra. I think is purple, isn't it? I'm not really good at this stuff. Don't get mad at me if I'm wrong. But purple is generally the color of spirituality. That's why a lot of metaphysical stores have purple all over the place. So it's just a spiritual way of communicating with you. I see it too. I get it all the time. They look like little liquidy clouds in front of my eyes. And it started a few years ago. Crown chakra. Thank you, Jim. And I knew somebody would correct me. Crown chakra is purple. There you go. I had it wrong. It's not the third eye. It's the crown. The crown. And that I should remember that because royalty is purple, right? You snoring, Bruce? Yeah. God, it's almost 3 already. I might have to get these guys out and walk them around. Do you guys want to go for a walk? Oh, you do? Might have to get off in a minute. Take these kids. Hi, Bruce. You see yellow liquidy clouds. I think it's just a sort of like a, I don't know, it's just some kind of spiritual energy. I don't know. I mean, yellow is a very energetic, bright, happy color as far as chakras go and so forth. So maybe it's just a very positive. You wake up at 3. I wake up at 3:33. That's my time. My witching hour is 3:33. Matter of fact, when I started this, my page was called Molly Studio 33 because I always like 3s. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Wilma Williams. Why are you crying? Here comes Bruce. What's up, dude? You want to go out? I might have to get off and walk these kids. Here, come over here, Bruce. Come on over, Bruce. Come say hi to everybody. There he goes. He's just whining. Yeah, 3:33. Hey, come over here. Here, Bruce. Bruce, here. He's crying. Why are you crying? Daddy's coming in a minute. Is Roxy stepping on you? Badoos. There he is. There he is. Oh my God, I've seen 3:3 on the clock for years. Yep. Me too. And I've been seeing a lot of 1010 and 222 lately. 1010 means a new phase in life, a new beginning, end of a phase. Absolutely for me. 222s is about partnerships. 3s are about growth, spiritual connection, growth, creativity. 3s. I always see my son's birthday, 12/13. Hey, that's cool. I like that. Thank you, Missy. You too. 777 and 444. Yeah. So 7s are your connection to your higher self and spirit. 4s are healing and stability. You see 1111 means you're on the right path, Kathy. I see a lot of 1111 too. I also see 111. Right path, new beginnings. You get 111. I have a whole number system. You see your birthday, 608. Hey, cool. Like it. 6:08. So that puts you at a 14, a 5 path. Ooh, lots of challenges in your life, Gemini. I get up at 2 something or 3 something. Yeah, they call that the witching hour. And the reason you'll wake up is often because that's your most deepest time of sleep, and you're the most relaxed, and it's easy for spirits to talk to you because you're non-judgmental. You're in your theta state. Thoughts on 22. 2s are about partnerships, relationships. Seeing a lot of 2s, there's some things going on with relationships. Could be positive, could be negative. I don't know. You only know about your own life. Yeah, numbers always come to me too. You're a Gemini? Good. Hi, Boos. What's wrong, Bo? Here, buddy. No, no cry. No cry. What? I might have to let them out in a minute. What's wrong, Boos? What? What? Oh. Oh. Bruce. What, Bo? You're fine. Quit it. Quit crying. Hi, Virgo there. Happy birthday, Philly. Connie. Birthday's today is Virgo. Oh yeah, you're right. We're in September. That's right. 63. Why are you ugging? If you weren't turning 63, you'd be dead. I'm 53, only 10 years older. Yeah, Bruce is past this. He's kind of a crybaby sometimes. He's a big mush. We call him potato head tiny troopers. What? Oh, here he comes. He's gonna try to step on me. Happy birthday. Sometimes I see 11 and I say to myself, angels are watching. Sure, why not? I just always say, thank you, guides. Thank you, spirit guides. You'll hear me say it. I'll do it all the time. I'll see 111 people in here. I'll go, thank you, spirit guides. Or I'll see, it's 1111. Thank you, spirit guides. Wow, 5,700 likes. That's a lot of likes. I like you guys too. Thank you. All right. Well, guys, I think I'm going to pop off. I might jump back on a little later. I'm going to let the dogs give them a little quick walk before it starts raining again. Sayonara, shorty. If you're looking for a private reading for me, I am running behind because I'm obviously not home. I don't have my stuff with me. So follow me. missmollyknows.com is my website if you would like something private or you have a private question. I will be back. Please follow me and set your reminder so you find me when I'm online. Good for you, Texas. She says I blocked it for years, but I've turned it back. Good. I'll see you all later. I love you. 33 people.